I'm sorry about that, guys. What is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993. I'm here live this Wednesday night, catching up on some wrestling, as we're about 20 minutes away also from NXT's Halloween Havoc, which I want to gladly watch and enjoy tonight. But first, I gotta talk about Raw. Last night, after I did my Hell in a Cell review, and I uploaded the video Tucker's Turner, I was supposed to review Raw. Unfortunately, I took a break for a few minutes, and my break entitled me sitting down and my energy crashing. Because I had a rough start to this week, but luckily things were better today. But not going to get into that. But I really didn't want to talk about this episode of Raw because it was stupid. This was one of those Raws. The week before, it was a laughing stock. This one was too. This one was boring. It was pointless. Didn't really excite me at all for anything to come. Survivor Series is back. Yay! Guess what? It's Raw versus SmackDown again. Bragging rights. No stakes. As of now. Hopefully that change. Hopefully that does change. Because I am sick and tired of Survivor Series being just Raw versus SmackDown. At this point, it's been, 4 years now since the return of the brand split? 4 years, and we've seen all these guys probably go at it at least one time. Maybe a couple little, things here and there. Like New Day and Street Profits is actually a match I'm intrigued by. But look what we're getting so far. We got that. We got Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. Remember the days of Sami, it's good to see you again, buddy? Yeah, those are coming back. Except this time it's heel on heel, and we have Asuka and Sasha Banks. Sounds awesome, right? Except we've seen that match how many times this year? Well, this time there shouldn't be a screwy finish like their other matches were. I'm sorry, those were screwy. So that we're getting Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. I guess, I don't know. There's something that seems off about that one. And then, what else? That's it? Yeah, I believe that's it. Of course, it's traditional 5-on-5 elimination matches. So, same as always, except this year we're not including NXT. Which I kind of hoped we did. I mean, I didn't want triple threat after triple threat after triple threat after triple threat. I wanted something fresh. I was kind of hoping there was some matches from NXT stars I want to see on the main roster. Again, I'm still begging to see it. Daniel Bryan and Johnny Gargano starting to feel we probably won't be getting that match. But what can you do? But anyways, this Raw just sucked. I'm sorry. I came out of this show with no excitement. I saw nothing to look forward to. Again, New Day, Street Profits, okay. Rest of the card, though, it's like, I've seen it. It's whatever. Just give me another average show. Sorry. That's what it is. And yes, exactly, Tyler. They are lazy with Survivor Series. It doesn't have to be Raw versus SmackDown. I mean, the first year it happened, okay. It was special because it was just the return of the brand split. A lot of new faces on the roster, and it worked. Now, again, it's just old. It's worn out. I don't care. Something new, please. Throw some stakes in there. Give the winning brand something, But who knows? So that's that match. Orton and Reigns does not scream main event. Like I said, it's not horrible. It's just something's not hitting it for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But let's talk about this show really quick. I'm not going to be up here long at all because I want to watch Halloween Havoc, and I just don't care about the show. I didn't care. I'm sorry, I did not. We opened up with Drew McIntyre coming out, the former WWE champion. Made me a little sad I had to change this, but we have the Viper now as WWE champion for the 14th time. McIntyre comes out, promising us that once again he will be champion. Until he's interrupted by The Miz and Morrison, who start making fun of him, saying how good things must come to an end. Maybe it won't take you 19 years to get to the championship. Basically, McIntyre was trying to come across as that he's not super duper bothered by the fact he lost the title, but of course Miz and Morrison get under his skin. He snapped, beat the piss out of them, set up for a match later on with Drew McIntyre and The Miz. Again, that's right, don't forget, Mr. Money in the Bank, The Miz. Because, when they book him as a joke, then they want to throw the world title on him. Yeah, you missed your chance somewhere in 2016. 2018, I still think it was the best shot. I mean, yes, you did with Daniel Bryan instead, and it worked in the end. I think that was the last time they had their best shot to make a Miz world champion. Just saying. But, we have that to start off the show. Then we were announced that we're having 3 qualifying matches for the men's Survivor Series team for Raw. Don't get me started on the women. We'll get to the women and talk about the women in a second. So we have the first of 3 qualifying matches. The first match is AJ Styles and his bodyguard against Jeff Hardy. And I really didn't care. I thought this match was just average. I mean, these two should be going out there and killing it. I don't know if it's the bodyguard or just the fact that I hate to say it, I've really, been hitting dead end with this AJ Styles heel run. I just don't. I feel like he's been probably booked the worst he's been booked since he debuted in WWE 4 years ago. I'm sorry, this run is just flat. He doesn't need a bodyguard. Especially this guy just stands there like this, clutches a fist, and doesn't even have much of an in-ring ability at all, as they've mentioned. That's the reason why they put this guy with AJ Styles, is because he has no in-ring ability at all. But again, I keep saying, AJ Styles does not need a bodyguard. AJ beats Jeff Hardy whenever, and then afterwards Elias attacked him with a guitar. Attacked Jeff Hardy with a guitar, so this feud, for God knows what reason, is still continuing. Instead of Jeff just saying, Elias, I didn't do it. But yeah, we're going to get a feud with Elias and Sheamus probably soon. Who knows? But so we open up the show. R-Truth was backstage scouting out his competition. Recently, apparently, it's now Drew Gulak, Akira Tozawa, and the Lucha House Party. Don't know why Lucha House Party all of a sudden is going after the 24/7 championship. The Fisher-Price toy, as we say it. We have a Firefly Funhouse segment where him and Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss are having a tea party. She makes Rambling Rabbit a special tea, which then kills him. And Alexa Bliss, and then laugh it off. Also hypes up the moment of bliss with Randy Orton later on. And of course, first off, Alexa Bliss, I like the effect they had her with the evil eyes she had, by kind of being a little more possessed, and she came back to her normal self and whatnot. But of course, Bray Wyatt, they start talking about burning houses down. And they started using this that one stick thing that Randy Orton shoved into the ground of the ashes of Sister Abigail on the SmackDown before WrestleMania 33, when he, of course, dethroned Bray Wyatt, which I'm sorry, I still think that was not the right decision to make at that WrestleMania. But obviously, they're trying to play into the history and start to tease a feud with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. And at first, I wasn't crazy about it because they've had a feud before, and I thought that they didn't have the best chemistry, but roles are different this time. Randy Orton's in a much more, polished role that he should be in, again, as, just the vicious heel. And this is to turn Bray Wyatt officially babyface. It may not be because Drew McIntyre is still around. Who knows? Fine. Again, the only issue I have with Randy Orton being WWE champion right now is the fact that, again, this is going to set up for a feud with him and Edge at WrestleMania for the title. And again, if you want to have the third and blow-off match for that feud, fine. But as I keep saying, it does not have to have the world title involved. Somebody else who could benefit from being world champion could have the title involved. Edge does not need the world title. As I keep saying, the story of Edge returning after a 9-year hiatus after triple fusion neck surgery is to complete his career on his own terms. He does not need to be champion again. I love Edge, but again, it's just not a good idea. I'm sorry, it's not. So again, a Randy Orton Bray Wyatt feud, I'll give it another try again. We'll see where it goes. But again, it's probably going to be like a triple threat. Like, I'd say maybe it could be like a triple threat to, like, open up Survivor Series, and, the winner faces Roman Reigns. At least have some type of matches that, may tease us with being changed. Like, I'm definitely hoping I can see Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn changing. Maybe it'd be like, Bobby Lashley and Big E, or Bobby Lashley and Daniel Bryan or something. I don't know. Something. I got Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. Don't need to see that one again. So again, they could do a match to open up the show with, Randy Orton, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and Drew McIntyre in a triple threat. Winner faces Roman Reigns, champion versus champion in the main event. Could do that, just try to make things a little more interesting. Who knows? But I don't know if I'm going to do that. Keith Lee was interviewed on how Braun Strowman resorted to cheap tactics to win last week. Next time he faces the monster among men, he will unleash a real monster. Ruh-roh. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler are trying to, bribe Adam Pearce to be captains for Team Raw. But Pearce is like, I'll take these lists, take them into consideration. Like, whoa. Into consideration, again. You're having men out there qualifying for matches. The women do not have to. Again, we'll get to that shortly because, I got a big rant on that. Elias in the ring, interrupted by Keith Lee. Keith Lee and Elias had a match that went through a commercial break or two. And Keith Lee beat Elias from a distraction from Jeff Hardy's theme music. Why does Keith Lee have to not even lose clean to Elias? Can't even beat Elias clean? Like, this didn't make Keith look good. Like, Elias takes a loss, whatever. He can lose clean. Why did he have to be distracted by Jeff Hardy? So Elias wins, Keith Lee wins, thank goodness. Once again, like, he had to protect Elias in some way, which I thought was stupid. Again, why did Elias doesn't need protected from this? So Lee wins, and then afterwards Jeff Hardy hits a guitar on Elias. So again, Jeff Hardy and Elias are probably going for months continuing to hit each other with guitars. And I said how many times? I hate the fact that they have Elias using his guitar as a weapon, because again, that was not how it was in NXT. Why all of a sudden is Elias okay with using guitars to destroy people if he has a love for music and his guitars? Again, the only time they destroyed a guitar in NXT was when Elias lost the Loser Leaves NXT match, the Cassius Ohno. But whatever. This feud is continuing, and I don't care at all whatsoever. Randy Orton basically was interviewed by Charlotte Cruz and said he's not afraid of the Fiend. He knows he's coming. MVP announces that, everyone fled and Retribution turned up. The Hurt Business stood strong. And yeah, they've agreed to take out Retribution. And they had another 8-man tag match. 8-man elimination match. Retribution taking on the Hurt Business for how many times now? And guess what happened? We had one person get eliminated by pinfall, and then Retribution started off with the lead because Reckoning did some very random meltdown distraction, whatever the heck it was. It was cringe and everything to cause MVP to get eliminated. It looked super weak, super fake. And then I think it was not Cedric. MVP was eliminated. I think it was then Slapjack who was next. I think Slapjack got eliminated from Retribution. Then Bobby Lashley and T-Bar got eliminated by Braun and then going to a double countout. And then they pinned Mace. And it came down to Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin from the Hurt Business, and Mustafa Ali from Retribution. And what happens? Ali uses a steel chair and gets disqualified. So what does this accomplish? I can cause chaos whenever I want to. Well, what are you waiting for? Because you guys lose and lose and lose, and you have jokes of names. Dominic Dijakovic, now T-Bar, Mia Yim, Reckoning, Dio Madden, Mace, Shane Thorne, Slapjack. I'm sure Vince McMahon is just laughing his ass off over Slapjack. It's a joke! nothing but complete jokes. And again, they make no sense. Because all they do is lose. You have Mustafa Ali, because he cut another good promo later on in the show. Explain how Retribution claims they're not a team, they're a mission. Well, again, now you're underdogs. You look like buffoons. You look like losers. I can't take you seriously, because all you do is lose. You talk, and you lose, and you look like fools. Retribution is supposed to be a dangerous, stable trying to ruin the company, yet, they're just laughing stocks. I thought maybe it had a chance when Ali was revealed to be the leader, but nope. Even Ali looks like an idiot right now. He's cutting good promos, but again, his mouth is writing checks that his ass can't cash, in the words of Big Cass. So Retribution's still a joke to me. So that happened. Angel Garza tries to hit on Mandy Rose backstage. Nia and Shayna approach, and then Garza's trying to hit on Dana Brooke. He even went for Nia Jax. I'm like, oh, God. Huh? Yeah, Angel Garza hitting on Nia Jax. Huh? Huh? That's how I felt whenever I remember the love story with Enzo Amore and Nia Jax. Huh? Stupid. So basically, they said we'll see you out there because Adam Pearce is going to announce members of Team Raw for the women. Drew McIntyre then defeats The Miz. And then we have this segment that was kind of fun and then it kind of got flat. Well, not really too bad. This was a decent segment. New Day were dressed up as the Street Profits, basically mocking them in some ways to hype up their match and the rest of the Survivor Series match. Asuka turns up to hype up her match with Sasha Banks. And then they reveal the rest of the match is happening at Survivor Series. Champion versus champion. Boring versus boring. I don't need to see these boring champion versus champion matches. They're stupid. Her versus basically come up and say they set those sights on those Raw tag titles. And then Kofi, Xavier, and Asuka starts doing because New Day rocks, and whatnot, and whatever. So that happened. Oh! Of course, and then Drew McIntyre was going to be backstage after his win against The Miz, and he's like, oh, Randy Orton is going to be on a moment of bliss. I may just show up. You may have another moment of bliss. It's like the same promo for how many freaking weeks? And it's tough for me to do that again, because once again, I think it'd be ridiculous for McIntyre not to get a rematch against a guy who just beat him at Hell in a Cell, that he already beaten him 2 pay-per-views in a row before this. So is it fair to see McIntyre not get another shot? No. But the fact that they literally have nothing to continue doing the same exact thing with him and Randy Orton for weeks and weeks and weeks. Yet McIntyre is the one not getting punished now because we're tired of this feud, yet he deserves a rematch. So he says, I'll see them later in a moment of bliss. Oh yeah, and then again, speaking of ranting, tell me how much sense this makes. Adam Pearce comes out and announces the women for the Team Raw for Survivor Series. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke. But the final member will be determined through the winner of a Fatal 4-Way. What did Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke all do to earn those spots? I love Mandy Rose. Dana's okay. Shayna's awesome. Nia Jax, though. Like, why did those 4 have to compete, but these 4 don't? Like, I can understand if it was like, Charlotte Flair and Asuka and Becky, maybe. I can get that, but what have these 4 women done to just be shoo-ins? And then the match they did, which they've changed Nikki Cross's theme music, it looks like, doesn't even fit her at all. They have Lana, Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce, and Nikki Cross. Should have been Peyton Royce, I think, winning this, but guess who it was? It was Lana again. It was Lana again winning, because why? I don't know why. Just to lead to her for the 6th week in a row Table time! Going through a table. Why? Because her husband went to AEW and told WWE to take that brass ring and shove it up their ass because it doesn't exist. Which is true, but unfortunately, you've got your wife in a heap of trouble. That's what happens. So I don't care. And then we have, oh yeah, and then it gets worse. We have Sheamus beating Matt Riddle clean. Sheamus beat Matt Riddle clean. Yeah, Matt Riddle's buried. They buried him. They ruined him. He's the future of SmackDown, as Kurt Angle hyped up when he was first coming up to the main roster. Yeah, look at him now. Look at him now. He lost clean to King Corbin. He's been pinned in a couple other situations, and he lost in his first opportunity to be on Team Raw to Sheamus. Way to build new stars. And then the main event, well, the ending segment was a moment of bliss with Randy Orton, who basically is questioning why people are surprised he became champion last night. And then basically Orton telling Alexa that, I know the Fiend is going to be here. But before the Fiend can come out came Drew McIntyre. They start to brawl until the Fiend's music hits, lights go out, comes up, he's on the stage behind Orton. Orton just walks away and starts brawling with McIntyre again. That's how we go off the show. Nothing new? Nothing fresh? Do you care? No. I didn't either. Bad episode of Raw. I gave it a D+. I gave the show a D+. Firefly Funhouse, stuff with Orton was what it is, even though, once again, I said, I feel bad for saying that, because McIntyre should be getting a rematch. I don't want to see more of that feud, but yet again, like, how do you go from, again, if it was back and forth, I can get it. I can get it being over. But, again, McIntyre beat Orton twice. Orton beats him one time and McIntyre can't get a rematch? No. So now we're doing a triple threat match with Orton, Wyatt, and McIntyre, which I'm fine with. But of course the booking's still the same. And for the votes on Twitter, there was 20 votes. 5% said A, 35% said B, 45% said C, and 15% said D or lower. The show got a D+ for me. Not that good of a show. Live chat. Check the live chat before I go off the air and watch Halloween Havoc. Let me see what we got here. Keith Lee and AJ Styles. Ooh, that'd be a good feud. I like that. Orton doesn't need to be champion. Should have been peacefully, not Riddle against AJ's Matt Riddle. Gately, keep me in. I don't know what you mean by that. I'd rather have Charlotte be in AJ's corner than that Raw Underground door. This is not 2007, it's 2021. Is Orton champion again? The Raw women's team for Survivor Series dog shit. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns should have been Survivor Series. It could have been. They've had a couple matches last year. I think they could have had an even better match with, more groomed McIntyre. Reckoning, the referee called her by her real name and told her by me again. Well, you didn't hear it over me again. Mia Yim, yeah. Matt Riddle's first buried, yes. Vince is buried. Everything. Show is Oscar, the new member of New Day. Why is Lana still here? I don't know. Survivor Series, she'll get put through the table again for the 7th time. Oh, no. By that time, it'll probably be like 10. She'll be thrown in the table to the next week. And the next week. And the next week. And the week after that. And the year after that. And the eternity after that. As long as Lana lives and she's under a WWE contract, it's table time! And so be it. So, yeah. But guys, that's going to do it. Again, I want to go downstairs and watch Halloween Havoc. I'll try to review Halloween Havoc tonight after the show ends. I'll make the graphics first and review like an actual pay-per-view. So guys, what are your thoughts on this episode of Raw? Again, I didn't like it. I gave it a D+. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure to always slap a like on the video and subscribe or comment my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. And if I have the energy, guys, later on, I'll see you for my Halloween Havoc review. So till then, guys, have a good night. Enjoy the shows, whether you're watching Halloween Havoc or AEW. And of course, I'll review AEW tomorrow night. Peace out, everybody.